Well, good afternoon and welcome to San Angelo Live. My name is Yantis Green. I'm the editor-in-chief of San Angelo Live, and this afternoon I have with me Ron Perry,
Nice to
who is a candidate for the Justice of the Peace, Tom Green County in Precinct 3, which is the Grape Creek area, the northwest quadrant of the county. Ron, thanks for coming in, stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to visit with hopefully everyone who's running for office, and you're up first. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're running for Justice of the Peace.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about what a Justice of the Peace is and does to start with.
Okay. Well, the Justice of the Peace does traffic situations, other Class C misdemeanors, civil cases that are not to exceed $20,000, and that has been raised up since last legislature. We do landlord disputes. We do hearings on truancy questions. Some justices do that. Also perform magistrate duties as well as inquest and funeral inquest, death investigations.
Okay, so there are four Justices of the Peace in Tom Green County.
Yes.
And each precinct has their own Justice of the Peace. One of the duties is to pronounce people deceased.
Yes, unfortunately.
And that's probably what JPs are known for the most, unless, of course, you have a misdemeanor case and you wind up in front of a JP in court.
Mm-hmm.
The Republican primary, as of right now, will be March 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a contested race, so you've been campaigning. What are some of the things you've been doing so far?
Well, I've been visiting with my neighbors, which I consider everyone out in Precinct 3 as my neighbors. I've been attending different functions and visiting with folks and telling them what my attitude is toward government, which is very conservative.
Okay.
My family has been a conservative family all of our lives, so I just see no need to change. I've also have a few signs out that I'm getting ready to put some more signs out in my neighbors, and just going and talking to the people and telling them why I want to become a Justice of the Peace, and that is to work for my neighbors, as I have done for 50-some-odd years here in San Angelo through the San Angelo Fire Department, the emergency manager for the city and county.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that a lot of people probably know your name and probably recognize you because of your extensive background in San Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you worked with the fire department, and
I retired from the fire department with 27 years, and I worked for the Texas Forest Service for 10 years, and was asked to come back to San Angelo to become the emergency management coordinator for San Angelo and Tom Green County. And I'm very proud to say that I brought that department out of nowhere into a very functional and operational department within the city and county.
okay, and that emergency management agency essentially goes to traumatic events like large major fires and stuff like that in the county.
Yes, that as well as planning and management. Planning for the unforeseen. There were several incidences back whenever I was in the Texas Forest Service as well as in emergency management, and I can think of the Columbia disaster over Texas whenever Columbia broke up on its reentry. I spent several weeks, almost a month and a half in Lufkin working in the emergency management area there, and then we've had several tornadoes, wildfires here in Tom Green County, but the major part of it was management of the budget and the planning of things that we normally don't every day think about.
Okay. And those types of skills, how does that translate into the duties of the Office of Justice of the Peace?
Managing the department's budget is the main thing, which is the taxpayers' funds.
Right.
And to make sure that they are managed in a proper manner and held within budget. Also, my lifetime experience of 67 years, whenever we finally end up with all of the elections and everything, of life skills, of just knowing and being there and understanding that everyone that comes before that court is the same as everyone else that comes before that court. No matter how many times you've done something, you have to present your information and present your case on an unbiased basis to the court. And I feel like I can do that and listen to everyone, not only the defendant, but the plaintiff as well.
Okay. And you are a resident of the Grape Creek area, that north end of the county, northwest.
We've been out
end
there
of the
nearly
county.
20 years now.
Okay. But the justice of the peace is for the entire precinct, including inside the city
Lakeview,
limits.
Lakeview area, Buffalo Heights, Highland Range, Grape Creek, Carlsbad, Water Valley, the eastern part of the county as well.
Okay. What do you see as some of the challenges to the Justice of the Peace Office going forward over the next 4 years?
I think managing that budget and keeping within your budget and not overspending and making it as efficient as possible for everyone that comes into that court. There are things that a lot of people do not understand when they come into the court. They may not be able to speak English. And it is my responsibility to know where to get that interpreter that will interpret properly for those people, no matter whether it's Spanish or it might be Oriental languages or something of that. We have a large Oriental population in Tom Green County, and someone who can let me understand what the defendant is talking about, or the plaintiff for that matter. Okay. I think the biggest challenge is to be fair and open to listening to the problems with our evictions within the precinct and taking care of those family problems efficiently.
Okay. Earlier this week, we were watching some Zoom hearings, and the COVID pandemic has certainly changed the way that the court system works, and I know that has affected the Justice of the Peace courts as well.
It has.
Do you know if they're having jury trials now, or are we still restricted?
I'm not too sure on that. I know that I was attending several of the hearings prior to COVID, up in the Precinct 3 courtroom. And then they changed to Zoom and all of that, and that has, well, let's just be honest, COVID has changed our world as we knew it.
COVID has changed everything.
And you need someone that can understand and be flexible enough to run that office as efficiently as we can under the circumstances.
That's right. Okay. Anything else that you would like to add about this campaign or about the job itself?
Well, I would just like to mention, as you and I talked about it prior to our going on the air, that my wife and I just celebrated our 55th wedding anniversary. We got married at Eglin Air Force Base in '66, and I just have been involved in this community in Tom Green County now my entire life. And I just want to continue to serve the citizens of Tom Green County as best as I know how. And I would appreciate them considering me.
All right. Ron Perry, Justice of the Peace Precinct 3 candidate in the Republican primary March 3rd. Thanks for coming by. Congratulations on 55 years.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you enjoying and visiting with me.
All right. Thanks.